Hello again. Very ambitious video. Not sure if I can get everything done here under 10 minutes, which is my goal, so let's get started. We're gonna be what I call dirty washing the uniforms of a crew that I'm putting together for reconnaissance Panzer 3018. I take the top of a Rubbermaid bin, so it's plastic, put a couple of pieces of a paper towel. Then this is my bottle of what I call my dirty wash, and I clean all the bottles there if they're one of these three colors: buff, khaki, flat earth. Okay, a lot of pigment in the bottom. I could go down, make the mix heavier. Then I also have another solvent I use is denatured alcohol, and that way I have clean and dirty. Again, you can go down to the dirty part and make this a heavier application. You can always go just with the solvent if you think you've done too much. But for example, let's start with this shirt. First thing I do to all my uniform pieces is I remove the snaps. And if I'm gonna move the button over to have the look of open, I will do that. But I basically dab the wash. If I go something too heavy, I can go with the solvent alone. In a short time, I'll get some wash accumulated underneath. So when I flip it, there's already wash there. Start making some room to put them. I would just lay them flat in another Tupperware top with paper towel on top, and I just let it dry. It dries very quickly. Okay, so you just soak it. Try to make it maybe a little bit heavier so you can notice it in the video. You go too heavy, you go just with solvent, and it goes through. Okay, then you lay that to sit. I have here you see, I don't have three the same. This shirt, I already applied the wash last night. Part of the effect of the wash is that it makes the cloth stiffer. It kind of, brings up the grain so that when you do the dry brushing, which I'll do a little bit later, it makes it easier. I'll show you a before and after. I should have maybe done it with the one before I wash it, but I don't have another one with the same color. But this is just with the wash, and this is with the wash and the dry brushing. I'll go over the dry brushing later, but I just wanted to show you along the way the different effects. Here's an HBT wrap. Again, the same thing. Dab it. With the wash. As the level of the wash goes down, no science here, more solvent. That actually goes down, picks it up, creates more of an effect. See, when I flipped it, it's already somewhat applied from at the end of the process, I take these paper towels and I squeeze them back into the bottle. Take some off. Okay. I don't have one already done. For example, here's a splinter piece. Been doing some research on these. They definitely existed, but would be very unusual to have pants because they were all stock. This one hasn't had anything done to it. This one has had the wash and the dry brushing already done to it. So you see how it fades the color somewhat, and by bringing up with the dry brushing on the edges, just gives it a slight weathering. It's not severe, but there hopefully you can see the difference from the stock piece and the washed and dry brushed piece. Here I have one of the same piece, and again for this piece it would be the same. If you start seeing there's not much, because you know different pieces you can go different, you can go heavier down in the legs. Again, no I'm doing this obviously quicker, you know, because I don't want to bore you or make the video too long. But even if it's dry, when this dries and you feel you've overdone it, you go over it with just the solvent, and it just seeps through. Okay, let me see my time check here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the dry brushing in another video, but here I have three pieces which are the same. This is again an armored vehicle, HBT trousers out of the box, remove the snaps. The second one is after the wash, dry last night. And then this one is a wash and the dry brushing, which I'll do in the next video. But you get the idea, you know, even if it's black, the same thing. Here it looks more dramatic because black is black, so everything stands out more, but it seeps through the same way. You don't have to do them all the same. You can do some heavier, some lighter. And again, after it's dry, you can go back. So that's just the wash. I have three pieces here in black. This is the stock piece, nothing done to it. This is after the wash, and this is after the wash and some light dry brushing in the edges. I'll go over the dry brushing part now in a separate video because it's impossible to do everything in the 10-minute span. But I'll cut this one short and be right back with the dry brushing.